Everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success. Had a little delay there in the start. Y'all with me? Good morning. Welcome to Fuel for Success. It's Monday. This is our last Monday in September. Wow. I just had to let that sink in for a minute.
The last
But
Monday
this is
September.
episode. Think about that.
September 29th.
Wow. Anyway.
Mind-blowing.
It is. It is. I am stoked. I love Mondays. Mondays, fresh start, new week. I think of the endless possibilities. And we have all kinds of possibilities in front of us, especially regarding our health and our fitness. And just like every Monday, today we're going to talk about health and weight loss, fitness topics that are sure to help you make the most of your week. So thanks for joining us. Thanks to all our live viewers for being here. And thanks to my friend and co-host, Matt Maddox. How are you this morning, my friend?
Well, I'm actually doing extremely good. It was just a perfect birthday weekend. Shout out, first of all, Mike, thanks for the birthday song that you personally did. A shout out to all of those out there that sent cards and text and inboxes and emails and you name it, phone calls. Thank you. That meant a lot. It was just a great weekend. And yes, I'm with you, Mike. I love Mondays. I got a beat on it today. I started at 5. Actually completed another chapter. What I first referred to was volume 2 of The Healing Power of Juicing. It's actually not. I've turned it into a whole new book. Just because I've gone in a whole new different direction. It's still based on juicing. It's based on health. It's a lot of tips though. Like today's chapter was a breakdown of all of the benefits of the different types of fruits and vegetables that you should be juicing. In writing this morning, I had this overwhelming passion flowing through me. I mean, I was just like, I've always been convinced of juicing. I'm more convinced today than I've ever been in my lifetime that anybody could change their life, their health, their energy. It could conquer diseases. It could prevent diseases. When you study, okay, here's what's mind-blowing. When you study the primary cause of diabetes, heart disease, cancer, a lot of the causes of these diseases that people have today are food related. You ready for this? When you study the prevention of heart disease or the prevention of diabetes or the prevention of cancer, many of the prevention of these diseases are food related. So at the end of the day, juicing is the answer to all of it. It's the answer to cure, and it's definitely the answer to prevention. Because, my friends, the bottom line is these vegetables and fruits that most people do not put in their body. Hear me? Most people don't get the amount of daily fruits and vegetables. That's why it's so practical to juice it. Actually, I believe it's healthier to juice it because of how much juicing helps break it down and help it to get into our bloodstream and our body quicker. Yeah, Karen made reference to Caleb's video. Karen, I was actually sitting down with Caleb on Saturday. You know, we were reminiscing and we just decided to go to YouTube and watch old videos. And he did that when he was 8. I was screaming, laughing. I think he was 8 or 9. But for those that didn't see it, maybe one of us will stick the link up there. And but anyways, yeah, Mike, I'm really extremely. If I could do one thing for people, if I could teach people to juice daily. In fact, when I do weight loss coaching, it's one of the number one things I do with my clients is get them to a committed lifestyle of juicing twice a day, at least twice a day. And you know what I was thinking this morning, Mike, before we get into our Q&A? I was actually thinking that if people actually ate the way we're supposed to and ate healthy, they would not feel deprived and they would feel more full and they would lose more weight. Because, you know, the American lifestyle or, you know, the Western lifestyle is we eat 3 big meals. When in reality, we're not supposed to. We're supposed to eat about 6 times a day, smaller little portions throughout the day. When you do that, you always feel full. That's the problem is people that are starving themselves thinking they're going to lose weight. I have a friend. I'm going to tell you the story, then we're going to go into Q&A. I have a friend. I've known him many years. He's gone back and forth with his weight because he always goes from one extreme to another. When he gets unhealthy, he's like extreme about it. McDonald's almost every day, Cokes, pizzas, meat, fried foods, sugar, you name it. Then he'll get on this kick where he'll get extremely healthy, and he's to the extreme opposite, where all he does is juice. He doesn't eat anything, he just juices, he drinks water. Literally, he's always either 20 pounds overweight or he loses the weight drastically the extreme way, and then he falls. And when he falls hard. Finally, one day I sat him down. I said, listen, your problem is I've seen a pattern. You've done this at least 15 times, at least. You go from one extreme to another. You've never made health a lifestyle. And that's why you keep failing, because this isn't a lifestyle for you. For me, I may go have a slice of pizza, okay? But I guarantee you that you'll never see me go more than a day or two without juicing, without wheatgrass, without water, without exercise. Never, never. You know, and that's the key. The key is what you do daily. The key is your lifestyle. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
That's good. Al, Matt's working fine for me. Al said you're froze, but try to refresh, Al, and you should be good. That's actually excellent. That's a great example, and the extremes. I like the dichotomy of that example and how definitely that will work for a short period of time, but it's not a long-term sustainable lifestyle.
And that's what it's all about. Just for later, guys, click that link, and there's the link to Caleb's little imitation. I didn't even know he was doing it. I was in my office working, and I just heard him cracking up. He goes, Dad, go check YouTube. I fell on the floor when it first happened. I was like, dude, where did you even think of this? It just goes to show you how much our kids watch us. But anyways, Mike, it is true, Mike. True. This is why people diet, because they feel like crap. They don't eat right. They don't exercise, right? So what do? They like go on a diet. They're like, okay, starting Monday or starting the 1st of October, I'm going to start to diet. I'm going to change, the way I eat. And they do really good for a week. And then they fail. They do really good for 2 weeks, and then they fail. Or they do it for a wedding, or they do it, because, maybe their birthday's coming up or something. But they do it for all the wrong reasons. Again, the number one message that we preach on Fuel for Success on Mondays is lifestyle. Same thing with exercise. How many people do you know that feel guilty because they don't exercise? So they go run they go on an hour run, and then they don't do it again for another 5 days. It's got to become daily. Everything you do when it comes to your health has got to be daily. Daily. Every day. Every day juicing, every day water, every day exercise, every day eating right as a lifestyle.
Right. Hey, everybody that's here live, by all means, ask questions, fire away, type in the chat box, let us know, shoot us a text, 727-341-5599, or send me an email, mike@mattmaddox.com. We'll get to your questions as quickly and as expediently as possible. Let me ask you this. First question, Matt, and you mentioned Caleb, and I know that you pack Caleb's lunch every day. I pack Danny's lunch every day. And one of the questions, I think it came in on Twitter, and another friend of ours asked on text, what's some advice and some tips for what do you pack for kids' lunches? I know school lunches probably aren't the most healthy thing because, government standards for, what should be on your plate aren't necessarily accurate, if I can say it nicely. But what do you pack in Caleb's lunch? What are some tips for parents out there that are concerned about sending healthy lunches?
Mike, this is huge. This is huge because this is where good habits come into play. This is where teaching your kids how to have a daily lifestyle of healthy eating, right? It's all about habits. It's all about training our kids. So here's the deal. I would not allow my son to eat the school lunches. I understand sometimes maybe because of finances, parents have to, but I know a lot of parents are just too lazy. You're lazy. That's what the real issue is. You're too lazy to care enough to make your kids lunch, so you let them go eat that processed junk that's in the cafeteria. It's junk. You hear me? It's disease-driven food. I mean, that stuff is so processed and nasty. It's nasty. Like, I don't even know how our kids aren't vomiting in the lunchroom. Have you ever asked kids? Like, I had like 3 of my son's baseball players stay the night the other night, and we had this discussion. I was like, tell me what they feed, because they all go to public school. And I was like, tell me what they feed nowadays. They went down the line of what they get. And I'm like, that is just disgusting. It is sick. It is nasty. Like, how do you not throw up? It's disgusting. So anyways, so let me give you some healthy tips. Every day, I put a container in my son's lunchbox. I mean, every day. Look me in my eyes. You hear me right now? Every day. It's a container of probably 4 to 5 different organic fruits. Today was apples. It was a organic apple. It was pineapple. It was grapes. It was strawberries. All organic, of course. If you can, go organic. If you can't, wash the heck out of it. You need to be washing all your fruits and vegetables anyway, especially if you buy non-organic. Even when I buy organic, I still wash them like crazy. But, so that's one. That's number one. He gets fruit every single day. Number 2, and of course, this is where you start to learn your kid. What I've done with Caleb is literally, I can't even tell you the amount of taste tests I've done to see on healthy things to see if he likes it. So then he really likes chips and salsa. So I bought some organic tortilla chips and some organic salsa, and I usually put a container of the salsa in there and some tortilla chips and peanut butter and jelly sandwich today on Ezekiel bread, organic peanut butter, organic jelly. And, so a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich action, a bottle of water, and I always, every single day, put organic carrots in his lunch. Not the baby carrots. I would caution everybody, and I don't want to go into it right now, but believe it or not, those little baby carrots that you buy at the grocery store, everybody look at me, those are actually not healthy. I'm going to talk about that if we have time today. If not, we'll dive into it next Monday. But I want you to hear me again. Those baby carrots, the little ones, they're actually not healthy. Okay? But anyways, we'll talk about that. So I always give them carrots. And it's like in my note, one of my number 1 reinforcing messages, and some of you saw it in last week's note, is eat your carrots. I'm such a believer in carrots, dude. I'm a fanatic about carrots. Like, I want to get everybody drinking carrot juice. So I throw a little bit of apple in there to make it a little better. But carrot juice is just... In fact, today I wrote in my book I discovered over 15 legit health benefits to carrot juice. So I always put carrots and then a handful of almonds. Now listen, that's a perfect lunch. It's got a little bit of everything, and there's literally nothing unhealthy about his lunch at all. That is a 100% healthy lunch. He feels full. He always has good energy. In fact, he told me just last week, he goes, all my teachers in the cafeteria and the lunchroom always tell me I have the healthiest lunch every single day because I make it a priority. There's other things you can do. You can make wraps. Avocado is really good. Turkey wrap. You can do soups. You can do I wish I would have made a list, actually. But that's pretty much what I do. I always put a little bit of fruit, a banana, sometimes some broccoli, and just try to avoid the processed foods. For example, let me just tell you what I wouldn't put in there. I wouldn't put SpaghettiOs. I wouldn't do applesauce. I wouldn't do these, you go to the store, and again, myth, right? You buy these little cups of fruit, right? And all that corn syrup and all that, that is like as bad. That's almost as bad for you as a Snickers bar. You know what I want to say to Caleb? You know what, buddy? If I'm gonna kill you, I'm not gonna make you eat a can of fruit. I'm gonna let you go down good and enjoy it. Here's the Snickers bar, buddy. You're gonna die anyways. I'm gonna pollute your body with disease. Here, at least enjoy it. Here's a Snickers bar. I also don't do Lunchables, believe it or not, because first of all, let's think about like a turkey Lunchable, right? A turkey Lunchable, it may seem easy, it might seem healthy, but you go back and actually I did this a while back because I used to put turkey Lunchables into his lunchbox until I studied it. I was like, this stuff is sick. This is nasty. This is highly processed. Dairy cheese. And I read the about the turkey that was in the Oscar Mayer Lunchable. I'm like, never again. Sorry. And you know what? I ask him almost every day, hey, how was your lunch? Is there anything else you want or you don't want? He's like, I love it, right? Because he feels clean. He feels healthy. He knows by now the power of healthy eating. So those are some things I throw in there. Always throw vegetables, fruit, nuts. And if you're going to do a sandwich, do organic peanut butter and jelly and use Ezekiel bread. Listen, he's had every bread you could imagine. He told me his favorite bread is Ezekiel bread. That stuff is amazing. All right, Mike, what about you, man? Anything you would throw in, add into
Well,
that?
what two things I would say. First of all, with Danny, I'll actually send a salad with her a lot of times because she loves just salad, just some mixed greens, and I just take a sandwich Ziploc bag and just jam some greens in there and put just a little bit of dressing on it, seal it up, drop it in the
Shake her
bag,
up.
and simple, easy. Yeah, and she just shakes it and eats it out
That's a
of
good
there.
idea.
Um, and yeah, it's easy, inexpensive. And Danny has a little bit of a problem sometimes bringing back the containers. So anytime I can use inexpensive disposable stuff, even though it's not quite as green, it's probably less green for me to keep
I
throwing
get
away
that.
Tupperware. Okay, so yeah, you got to live with what you got. The other thing is, like you were mentioning, like applesauce, for example, there are apple sauces that you can get that are organic, that don't have
Absolutely.
sugar added, those
Those are
sort of
good.
things. Check the ingredients. And the other thing is, don't like a Lunchable. I agree. Read the list of ingredients, and don't ever like just pick up. Oh, this applesauce says all natural on
Almost
the
run
front,
from stuff that says
And
all natural.
I saw
Almost
something
run
in
from it. If it says all
yeah
natural, almost run from it. Almost. Because most of the time it's not.
yeah,
It's a marketing ploy.
and exactly. You got to watch ignore the marketing. Look at the like, and I think it was on the documentary Forks Over Knives. If you haven't seen it, watch it. The guy says, ignore what's on the front, ignore what's on the sides, turn it around,
I
read the
saw that.
ingredients. Literally ignore that marketing stuff. Turn it around, look what's actually in it, and make your decision based on what's actually in it, and then go from there. And that'll go a long ways towards helping you make intelligent selections. But there's even like super like healthy organic stuff that's packaged with like aluminum foil, right? And we know that aluminum is probably something you don't want to have your food come in contact with. So, you got to watch all those things.
Absolutely.
Um, I haven't tried those Ezekiel English
I
muffins.
haven't either, but I'm going to check them out.
Hmm.
I actually made Caleb a really healthy breakfast this morning. I made him a veggie burger with an egg on Ezekiel bread with a little bit of salsa. He died over it. He's like, Dad, this is the best breakfast sandwich I've ever had. I'm like, you know what, buddy? That breakfast sandwich is healthy, my friend. So, anyways, hopefully that helps to whoever asked that question. I hope
Good.
that helps as far as some healthy things to pack in your kids' lunch. But I'm all about it. Make a salad, put a salad in there. See, most people listen. The average person, when they hear this, they're like, "You deprive your kid." I don't put potato chips in there. I just don't. I just don't. I mean, I let him have his cheat days. I let him have his moments where maybe he's still 12 years old, so he's still gonna want, a cheeseburger, right? So I'm not like totally, but he's
Right.
about 80% plant. He really is. He's only about 15 to 20% meat. The rest is plants and fruits and vegetables and juicing, and he actually wants it because his whole body is like, it's like funny because usually like the first thing when I pick him up, maybe he's been at his mom's a few days. I'll be like, hey, what do you want to eat? And he's like, something healthy. He's like, so it's your body really does start to crave it.
Yeah. Hey, a great I think it was Ellen Ray mentioned too. Make your own salsa. Great idea. We make our own salsa. I would actually call it more like a pico de gallo or something, but just chopped Roma tomatoes, cilantro, green onion, a little bit of lime juice. Um, Excellent, healthy, very quick, very easy, and it keeps pretty well too. So that's a great idea. Of course, add some
You know
jalapenos
what's
if you
funny?
want.
I tell you what's funny. That does
Um,
sound good, Mike, and I would add jalapenos. I like hot. I tell you what's funny, Mike, is when
yeah,
people do come to my house and they look in my cupboards and fridge, it looks like we have no food in the house, but in reality, we do. Because it literally is nothing but fruits and vegetables and nuts and rice cakes and that's it, and teas. That's it. Like that's it. Like what else do I need? You know what I'm saying? So it's good to keep your home as organic and clean and keep it full of healthy stuff. Because I'm telling you, it really is true. If it's accessible, you'll eat it. If it's not accessible, you won't eat it.
yeah,
So you're just better off if you're going to have some chocolate or something sweet, do it out. Don't get a box of it and bring it home. Don't get a whole cake and bring it home. Don't buy 12 cupcakes and bring them home. Just go and do one. When you're going to have your sweet time and have your sweet. In fact, I had a client this week says, hey, I have a real problem with having a sweet tooth. Is there anything I can do? I said, absolutely. I can tell you a protein shake. First of all, if you're going to do more of a plant-based lifestyle anyways, you'll want to do a protein shake just to get a little bit more protein in you. You know what's one of the biggest myths, Mike? Is people that think you can only get your protein from meat, and that is not true. I wrote about it in my juicing book. There's actually a lot of vegetables that are packed with protein, that are actually really good protein. And, I probably in the last probably 60 days have maybe only eaten meat maybe 2 or 3 times. Hasn't affected me at all. In fact, it's actually has affected me in the good way. I feel stronger. I feel cleaner.
right.
I feel so much better. And so I told my client, I said, listen, if you do almond milk with a chocolate whey protein that's organic and put a scoop or two of peanut butter in there, you have no idea how amazing it tastes, and it totally it fulfills that sweet tooth. But yet it's also you're getting protein. It's also you're using the almond milk. You're not using dairy milk, and a little bit of peanut butter is not going to kill anybody, my friends, especially if it's organic peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly. What about Melody's asking about powdered peanut butter? Have you used that in your protein shakes? I think we're about to find out. Great question, Melody, and very practical. Hey, by the way, it is National Coffee Day, so enjoy a cup of good.
Yes, this is what I use. It's called PB2, baby. 85% less fat calories than natural peanut butter. So this is what I put. It is so good. That's what I put in my protein shakes. Anyways, Mike, I heard you bragging on National Coffee
Smells
Day.
great.
There's all these national everything. Saturday was National Banana Day. Do you know that?
That's good.
Yeah.
Bananas are good.
National Banana Day. I walked into Starbucks and there was a lady working there that had a banana outfit on. I was like, is this like a preview of Halloween? She's like, no, it's National Banana Day. Make sure you eat your banana. I'm like, I do every day. Anyways, so it's National Coffee Day, Mike. Are you doing anything special to celebrate this? Right now.
I'm having a cup of
As we
coffee
speak. Hey, let me throw this out there for you.
right now.
I had a client who's addicted to coffee like my friend Mike, who she asked me if it was okay. And I said, you know something? It is okay. I said, it is okay, but I'm going to help you do it the healthy way, okay? I'm going to give you 2 or 3 different options on how to enjoy your coffee. First of all, 1 or 2 cups in moderation a day is perfect. It's actually good, believe it or not. Coffee's strong in antioxidants. Obviously, the caffeine you got to be careful of. But whatever you do, do not put sugar in your coffee. And whatever you do, don't put sweet and low in it.
Uh,
Or any of these artificial sweeteners, okay? That's number one. Number two, do not put dairy cream in it. If you need to cream it up a little bit, put almond milk, okay? Of course it's not going to taste as good, but it's psychological. You don't really need cream, okay? Number two, put some coconut oil in it. Or if you need it sweet, the only other option would be stevia, maybe agave, maybe honey. That's funny, Carol.
maybe just go to tea. If you have to put sweetener in it, maybe just go to tea.
This, my friends, is a silver needle and blueberry tea that tastes amazing. Silver needle is actually a detoxifying tea. It flushes you out. I cannot relate with anybody that's constipated. People that are constipated, it's your own fault. If you're constipated, it's your own fault. I can't relate. I'm just telling you right now. Healthy people don't get constipated. And if you're constipated, it's because you're not juicing like you should or drinking enough tea. Because tea actually detoxifies and breaks up the toxins and helps you stay regular, so to speak. Is that the proper politically correct word, Mike? Regular? You know what regular to me is?
Yeah, I think so.
3 to 4 times a day, hands down. And enjoy every single one of them. Anyways, let's talk, Mike. What's the next question, my friend?
Hey, actually, Britton I think it was Britton asked about bananas. Now, when you do your protein shake, you put a banana in there, right? Because she'd asked about using bananas.
I do put a half a banana in mine, just because banana is actually not my favorite, but I know the value and benefits of banana, so I make sure my body gets it. So I do a banana a day. I have a half one in my protein shake, and the other half is in one of my juices. So I get a banana in a day. But yeah, I do. You don't have to, but I do. In fact, I took a picture of my protein shake, and I was going to put it up on Instagram, but just forgot. So I'll have to do that later. But there it is right there.
I personally don't do protein shakes because protein is processed. But whenever I do smoothies, I always put bananas in it because I love bananas, and I love almond milk, banana, strawberry, and peanut butter. Boom, in the NutriBullet, it's a fantastic smoothie. So I use them all the time. Of course, you can't use a banana in like a centrifugal juicer; it'll gum it all up. You don't want to put that in the Jack LaLanne. No good. And I also don't like banana in my greens drinks because I don't like the texture of it as much. Is a banana creates like a smoothie texture, and when I do like my spinach and kale and those things with watermelon or whatever in the NutriBullet, I don't like to have the banana in there for a texture standpoint. I'd rather have it just like water. Boom.
Well, in my new book, I actually, believe it or not, I talk about what fruits and vegetables to use in a Jack LaLanne and what fruits and vegetables to use in a NutriBullet. Because believe it or not, there's some that are better in a Jack LaLanne. Right. And there's some that are better in a NutriBullet. And I see some people trying to juice things through a Jack LaLanne, and I'm like, wow, you're really wasting a lot of nutrients trying to push that through a Jack LaLanne. Al, I'm really pushing hard for the book to be ready within 2 weeks. It's very possible that by the second week of October it'll be on Amazon. Very possible.
Good. And so, Bretton, the bottom line is bananas are good for you. Use them, at your liberty. There's nothing wrong with it. And yeah, especially if you like the flavor of it, by all means. Good. So, second week of October, we're talking for the book.
I hope you're joking, awesome. Tommy. NutriBullet. Just in case he's not joking, NutriBullet is by far the best in my opinion.
Yeah, he's totally throwing her under the bus. Awesome.
Yeah, he's messing with you, saying you. Yeah, guys, at the end of the day,
We're gonna
everything in moderation, but always know this: sugar is of the devil. Salt is of the devil. White flour is of the devil. Red meat is of the devil. If you know those four things, you're going to be okay. Hear me? But the majority, the number one thing is juice, because you need the fruits and vegetables. And you know what? The number two thing is water. Your body needs water. Water with lemon, okay? Number three is, listen, you can actually eliminate the risk of every disease through regular physical exercise. This body was designed by God to move, to stay active. My grandpa, God bless him, is 97 years old. He's not looking like he may not make it past this week. But Mike, you know why he lived to 97? First of all, because he always stayed so active. Even in his 90s, he was walking 3 miles a day. He was always moving. He was always laughing, always having fun. He kept it light. And these are some of the things that give a healthy body. When you stay active and you move and you eat right and you laugh a lot, you're going to be healthy. But I cannot help the people that are always eating sugar, salt, greasy fast foods, white flour, and red meat. We can't help you. We cannot help you if you're doing those things consistently as a lifestyle. You know what you're going to do? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get sick, and you're going to go to the doctor, and then you're going to call the church and ask the church to pray for you that God heals you. God may heal you, and then he may tell you, go see Matt and Mike right now and watch every one of their Fuel for Success, and stop putting red meat and sugar and white flour and salt and fast foods in your body and Cokes, and then coming back and asking for prayer. Why go to the doctor? Why are you going to the doctor? Listen, people that are chronic illness type, people that are always sick, and it's all about stewardship. They keep abusing their bodies. They keep neglecting their health. Then they go back to the doctor, and they sit there on the table. And the doctor comes in, he puts the thing on the heart, he listens in for a little bit. The doctor says, man, it sure would help you a little bit if you'd lose a little bit of weight. You really could. Why? Because obesity kills. When you allow yourself to live overweight, you continue with bad habits and bad patterns, you're going to die. And if you don't die, you're going to have disease, and you're going to live a lower quality life, and you're not going to have energy, and you're not going to feel good. Listen, Mike, what is this? Maybe our 30th episode on health. So no matter what, you can go back and listen to all 30 episodes. And I promise you, we give you stuff every single Monday that could completely save you from dying early, from getting diseases, from feeling sick, and actually cause you to live a healthier, happier life.
good.
I've tried that, Al. Believe me. You want to know how you can hear a rat eating ice? Go to a church and preach about health. That's how you can ensure you can hear a rat eating ice. It gets so quiet, so tense.
Two quick things that came in. Actually, Britton, thanks for answering Terry's question. Terry asked about bottled lemon juice. Always go fresh, unprocessed if possible. Avoid preservatives. Any preservative typically is bad. The only preservative that isn't like a direct disease-causing one is salt. Okay. And we have and Bethany said, some salt is good for you. Pink Himalayan, for example, the extra nutrients and minerals and stuff in it, which is true. The reality is that we all consume 10 times more salt than we need anyway. So,
my rule is
definitely we can all.
Mike said it right. My rule is this is literally my rule. My rule is literally this: I don't add salt to anything. Because I get enough of it in stuff that we eat that I don't add it. I don't even have it in my house. I literally do not own salt. So I just don't add it, But if you're going to go salt, Mike said it. The Himalayan is the sea salt, but the regular, like white salt.
Or kosher salt.
What's that, Mike?
Kosher salt, sea salt, Himalayan salt.
And that's in like moderation. But salt is killing us. Salt is
Right.
dehydrating your body. Salt is so bad for you. It's, it's the three dangerous white foods: white flour, salt, and sugar. Run. Go right now, today. Throw them in your trash. Today. Like, don't wait till it's gone. Don't say when this is gone. That's like telling an alcoholic saying, yeah, as soon as I finish my 6th beer, I'm not buying anymore. No! Throw them out! Just like Mike, when he quit smoking, he didn't finish the pack. He just stopped. Hey, that actually encourages me, Sanya.
Hey,
Sonya.
Sonia.
Sanya. Why did I say Sanya? Sonya and
Like the
Tommy.
Sonia.
Since we started watching Fuel for Success, they've been changing their lifestyle. I'm proud of you guys. That's awesome.
Awesome. Great stuff today.
Mike, why don't you summarize the show, my friend?
Yeah, eat healthy, get rid of your salt. Pack your kids' lunches.
Don't
Make
be
it healthy.
lazy. Hack it. If I can do it, you can do it. If Mike can do it, you can do it. Me and Mike pack. Heck every day.
Yeah, what do we know?
Huh?
Seriously.
Yeah. Caleb told me today, he goes, Dad,
What do we know?
you're
We
a
can
pretty
do
good bachelor. He goes, you know, your bed's always made, the house is always clean, you make my lunches, you cook me breakfast, you juice. I'm like, you know what? I am a good bachelor.
Not bad. Not bad. Awesome. Well, I appreciate everybody's questions and comments on here. We could probably talk about this for another hour, but we do need to roll.
Hey, way to go.
Tomorrow?
Sonya, getting the NutriBullet. As soon as they get it, use it, they're going to put on Facebook, hey, you got any suggestions on a juicer we should use? I love you guys. Mike, it was good being with you. Happy Monday to you, my friends. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to be talking about life coaching and motivation. Just a practical show about your life. Don't forget, guys, always send in your questions or get on the chat box, which I love reading. While the show's going on, I love seeing the comments, the thoughts, the questions. Good stuff. Very good stuff.
Right. Awesome. Hey, y'all make the very most of your Monday. Start your week out right. Juice twice today.
Get her done, man.
Get her done. We'll see y'all tomorrow. God bless.